you're listening to Radio Azad, and this is your host, Aisha. Today, we are joined by two remarkable individuals whose work has shaped conversations around fashion, design, entrepreneurship, creativity, and culture. A very, very warm welcome to Mr. Amir Adnan. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam, Aisha. Thank you so much for having us here.
It is an absolute pleasure. And I'd like you to come just a little closer
Closer to
to
the
the
mic.
mic.
Okay, here we go.
Yes,
hmm
yes, yes. So you and Huma are here for just a few days more in Dallas.
hmm
And I know you are taking appointments with grooms,
hmm
and you have done a huge service for the Dallas community, which is you have brought fashion and couture to our doorsteps and set up the Amir Adnan studio in Frisco.
hmm
It's hard to be an entrepreneur. So I want to start off with a little bit, talking a little bit about this, that what sacrifices of entrepreneurship are rarely talked about.
Okay. Aisha, when I started off, I remember as far as I go back in time as a child, I never imagined myself working in a 9 to 5 routine. I'm not a very, I don't like being constricted.
Hmm.
That doesn't go to say that I'm not hardworking or I'm not regimented or I'm not disciplined. I am. But it's just that I'd like to do that on my own terms for my own cause. So that is the basic thing an entrepreneur needs to have,
Hmm.
and the ability to assume risk and execute something that comes in his mind and not be afraid of it
Mhm.
and not be dependent on resources or other supports in order to start. Because entrepreneur is somebody who would come up with an idea which automatically springs up because it's great, and then he's able to pull the resources in, not totally dependent on it, and that's how it works. So the biggest challenge of becoming an entrepreneur is to go against the people who are around you, and our society, our educational institutions are all designed to train us to become workers.
Hmm.
uh, Especially in my time, there was no such thing as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
We were just taught that in one class in our 4 years of MBA, that this is how entrepreneurs are spelled, and this is what they do, and this is the meaning. But they didn't tell us that you're going to become one. We were trained to become uh, workers for banks, multinationals, institutions. We were trained to do a job, not to
Mhm.
create jobs. So the difference between an entrepreneur and a person who does a job is the ability to accept challenge, step into the unknown, and have faith and confidence in oneself and belief in oneself that I can do it, and then just go ahead and do it. So.
Absolutely. Have there been times in your career that you're like, okay, I need to persist or I need to pivot? And
mm,
especially as a designer, um, have you thought that, okay, I need to change my style or I need to change my technique, especially with technology? I'm going to just
okay.
move your mic just a bit.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Persistence and pivoting. For an entrepreneur, the challenge is to go on. And entrepreneurs are like a speedboat.
Hmm.
They take sharp turns, they can twist and turn, they can increase their speed, slow down at will, as against to a huge liner like Titanic, which cannot change its course very easily. So, being an entrepreneur, it's essential to be able to change your techniques, style of work, sensibilities, according to what favors you
Mm.
and what favors the market. So, an entrepreneur is somebody who would change his ways around in order to get to the goal. So, it's an ongoing process. It's not that once or twice in my lifetime, it's a daily process.
Mm.
So, every day you wake up and your environment changes and you need to change your act. Um, Entrepreneurs are born that way. They like it. They would like to get up in the morning and see, like, what is offered to me today? What has God in offering for? What is God putting in front of me to deal with?
Hmm.
And every day it's a scenario, and then
Right.
you need to just have faith in yourself, and and the faith in their ability that you've been bestowed upon,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that they go ahead and deal with it. And
Mm.
the bigger the challenge is, the more excited the entrepreneur gets. So I've changed myself very often, almost on a daily basis. That's on a minor scale, but in the long perspective,
Mm-hmm.
many times, yes. And I started off doing neckties when I started my designing career. Um, and then I moved on to doing very avant-garde clothes. And then one day I realized that, Pakistani men don't have anything to show themselves or show their sort of, exercise their own creativity as far as the wardrobe is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
So I started making clothes for the Pakistani man, and I gave him an option to wear other than what was available in the market.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what changed everything. And that keeps on happening as we speak. Every day we come up with a new thing, with a new concept, with a new style.
Right.
And that is what gets people going. You were mentioning earlier that, we bought design and fashion to Dallas. I think we bought a little more than that. I don't see it just design and fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I see people who live in an environment which is far from their home calling,
Mm-hmm.
uh, need to reconnect or need to get their children
Yeah.
connected with their own cultural roots.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a station over here where they can contact and where they can bring their children over, and they have access to the ideology our country promotes, that is a bigger service.
Yeah.
Because when people get married, especially here, when they're away from their home, but they are sort of creating a home outside
Mm.
home environment, so they need the comfort to realize, or the reliability. They need that reliability with the people they're dealing with, to
Sure.
be able to provide them with all the things that would fulfill their dreams. So
Right.
it's basically, it's an opportunity to fulfill people's dreams of having excellent, fabulous traditional wedding where all aspects are covered. For example, we just did a wedding, and they had invited over 100 people from overseas,
Mm-hmm.
and they were very good hosts, but they wanted to do one thing more for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked us, what can we do? And we suggested, why don't you have an outfit designed for each and every individual?
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as they land, they are given a box that this is what you're going to wear on this occasion, and this is the gift from us. So that facility is something that we could provide. And that touched the hearts of 100 overseas guests that had come to attend this wedding.
Amazing.
And it wasn't us who got the praise, it was the host.
Mm.
And the host was praised for taking care of them
Mm-hmm.
and for going that extra mile to even provide an outfit
Yeah.
so that they would become part of a family. And when 100 people wore a particular designed outfit and joined in for a ceremony,
Mm-hmm.
it was it was a different level that they took themselves to.
Yeah.
And they all bonded as a family, they united, and they all came together. And that's what we are able to provide by having a station here.
I absolutely love it. And having worked with both you and Humar, I
Hmm.
find that both of you are very hands on
Hmm.
and you truly believe and you stand behind your products. And that whole concept of customer experience
Exactly.
is very much there
Yes.
in both of you,
Hmm.
right? What do you think that the customers here should know about it, and what do you hope that other people even in Pakistan would follow about something like this?
You see, to us, selling a product is just the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
What we want to provide to our customers is an experience, and it's a lifelong experience. People would remember it for times to come, for generations. The children would remember it.
Mm.
So that's the only way they keep coming back to you.
Yeah.
So that is something that we like to provide to people. And whenever I come across individuals, uh, like we were in a different city just last weekend, and this gentleman walked up to me and said, he bought an outfit of ours in 1994, and he said, it was sold to me by the vendor. I don't know who it was, but somebody sold it to him, saying
Mhm.
that it's from Pakistan and it's a good brand that has come out and you must get it. I only have one outfit. and it's a special one, so you take it. So he took it,
Mm-hmm.
and he came to me just to meet me and just to tell me that it's been so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Everything on that outfit is exactly the same. It's as new. And he said, if I could bring it, you would not tell that it's that old. And I wear it. I've been wearing it since then. And it's the most treasured piece that I've had.
Oh,
So I've
amazing.
just come to meet you
Mhm.
and to tell you. And he
Wow.
drove 2 hours to do that.
Wow.
So that is a reward that
Yeah.
I got. It doesn't matter what he bought and what he did not
Mm.
buy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's experience that he held on to for so many years, and he cherished it to the point
Yeah.
that he drove all the way just to say hello to us.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of experience that we work
And,
towards.
and you know what, Adnan bhai? I find that everybody has a story, an
Hmm.
Amir Adnan story. I
Hmm.
remember in the 90s, somebody had gifted Shahid one of your ties,
Okay,
and it was his most special tie,
there.
and he
Mm.
would wear it to
Hmm.
like his job interviews, and
Oh, how nice.
and he was like a medical student at that time,
Yeah,
and residency and stuff, and I still remember that
yeah. See,
that tie. So
so that is more important. You see, if one can create that experience,
hmm.
you become a part of that person's journey, that person's life,
Hmm.
who has purchased a product from you.
Right.
If we can stay and linger on in their minds forever, and in a good way,
Hmm.
that is the true reward of what we do. And as an entrepreneur, that is what we wanted. Not just sell the product, sell an experience,
Hmm.
or provide an experience that would stay with the person who's come to us, and that person would remember it and cherish that product all their lives.
All their
And
lives.
that's what we aim to do.
Excellent. How do you balance modernity with masculinity in your
Mhm.
designs, especially in this era?
Okay. Um, you see, men, this is my observation, men, no matter where they are in the world, are very fragile creatures.
Mm.
They are
Mhm.
always on the verge of uh, diluting their masculinity. If they wear a certain color, or they dress up in a certain way, or they behave in a certain way, the masculinity is challenged, questioned, which shouldn't be. A
Mm.
man is a man. He remains a man no matter what he does. And nothing that he wears, does, talks about, or behaves like should affect his masculinity. That is how he was created. That is what he's going to be. Masculinity is the sense of ownership, is the sense of taking care of the people who are around them.
Mhm.
Is to me, that's how I define masculinity. Masculinity is not machismo. It is the sense of responsibility to, or the sense to take responsibility of others around them. So
Mm.
if they become the substrate for people to grow, or they become the anchor
Mhm.
for people to hold on to, that is a man. He takes care of people. He raises the family. He sort of allows people to build around himself, to grow around him. He does not curb others' growths.
Mhm.
So he is a very positive person, and he is very sure of himself. So one should look at that ability rather than what he's wearing. So my challenge when I started was to provide that man. But I mean, having said that, that man is also very creative. He wants to flare out. He wants to do a lot of things. He wants to wear colors. He wants to dress well. He wants to style himself. But in the effort to become the serious person who provides for others, he
Mm.
forgets to look after himself. So
True.
we came along and provided that little thing that he wanted in his life,
Mhm.
that made him feel good for himself,
Mm.
which he generally doesn't get to do because he overlooks himself just to be able to provide for the people who are around him. If you look at a father, for example, he would seldom spend on himself. He would buy things for his children, for his wife, for his mother, for his sister, for his parents, whoever. But he seldom ends up spending or splurging on himself.
Mhm.
So I wanted to do that little thing for him, for that man
Mhm.
who is taking care of everybody else. I wanted to take care of him. So I wanted him to have a little piece of belonging that he holds on to, that allows him to express his inner creativity and his inner a sense of fashion, sense of style, something that makes him feel good. So be it a tie, be it a shalwar kameez, be it a waistcoat, be it a little piece of an accessory that he holds on to, a shawl, a sherwani, a jacket, anything. But if he gets an opportunity to feel good in it, that's a service I think I do to men,
Yeah.
because I'm a man myself and I know what one goes through.
Mhm.
And we do not allow ourselves to splurge on ourselves. We would rather do that on the people we love
Family.
and the people we take care of. And that's
Yeah.
very, very masculine trait. And I think that is the most masculine trait that a man has,
Mhm. Mhm.
rather than the way he appears. It's not muscles, it's not the way he appears, it's not the way he talks, it's not the way he,
Mhm.
takes out his anger or he's loud. It's the way he shows affection and care to others.
Yeah.
That is what makes him masculine, and that is what makes him a man. So taking care of his inner uh, consciousness about himself, just to allow himself to feel good about himself by wearing something nice that he likes,
Hmm.
is what we do. And keeping him within the parameters of not feeling shy that, okay, I'd like to wear red, but I can't wear a red outfit because it's going to look awkward. Not that
Okay.
it's something, it's just that he doesn't want to put himself through that. But
Hmm.
he would wear something red, which is part of his bigger outfit, that allows him to show his creativity. By red, I don't mean the color red. By
Right.
red, I mean, when you want to show
Right.
something, when you want to be
Mhm.
creative.
Mhm.
So we do things that are balanced in a way that it allows the man to blend into his role, and he feels comfortable in his role,
Mhm.
and yet he has the ability to show that how sophisticated he is, or how polished he is in terms of the way he puts things together. And the way he dresses is a very big means of doing that.
Excellent and very, very nicely explained. And you're painting a picture which I can then imagine this. That's beautiful. So you and Huma are here in Dallas for the next couple of weeks,
Hmm.
aside from the little bit that you're going away for Upna. So they are available to take orders by grooms, brides, families. They'll do the whole designing, and the convenience of having them here and their personal input into your pieces is absolutely unmatched. So the studio is located at 3031 Preston Road in Frisco, and you can give them a call at 917-238-7849. You can message me and I'm happy to give you their number, and they are giving some special deals if you mention Radio Azad. So don't forget to do that. Adnan bhai, dil nahi bhara. We have to do this again.
Absolutely. One thing
And
I'd like to mention, it's not just wedding clothes that we do.
mhm,
We can also handle your personal wardrobes
okay,
for the entire, you don't have to be, you don't need to have a wedding in your family to come to us.
okay,
We have a lot of people who come to us and help us design a series of clothes
hmm,
to fit their personality, to fit their role in society, in whatever they want to do.
okay,
So we do clothes for achievers.
hmm,
So when you've achieved a certain level in your life, you want the clothes to follow your achievements,
sure,
or to display your achievements, to
hmm,
show what you've acquired or in your process.
hmm,
So we do consultations with people, and we end up designing a whole series of outfits for all occasions, for daily wear, evening wear, whatever.
okay.
It's we can do the whole wardrobe for it doesn't have to be just weddings.
Doesn't have to be weddings.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great to know.
Mhm.
Excellent. Such a pleasure having you
Thank you
here,
so much.
and looking forward to